to show you something today. In fact, I'm not going to say hopefully, I know we're going to show you something today that's going to give you the understanding of the power of fire and what fire sprinklers can do to intervene to ensure that the opportunity for life safety and the preservation of property is going to be around. Fire sprinklers have been around for about 130 years, and many people don't understand the value of them. They don't respect the value of them. But the fact of the matter is that they've done tremendous good over the decades and decades that they've been around. Now, I've worked with the fire sprinkler industry for about 12 years, but prior to that, I was with the Milwaukee Fire Department and had the opportunity to witness many fatal fires. In fact, I worked at a fatal fire that was the impetus for the smoke alarm legislation back in 1978. We lost 6 children in the fire. This is a report called the America Burning Report. President Nixon came out with it in 1972 because we were losing 12,000 people a year to fire. And he said something's got to be done. Ultimately, after this report was completed, they said that we need to do something to our citizenry to make sure that they understand the safety. Then we got to put something in place technologically to make sure that that happens. First thing they recommended was let's make sure that all fire departments and people understand the value of fire safety. Every room in every house offers the opportunity for a fire to happen. There's fuel in there in the form of furniture, paper products, drapes, all those kinds of things. Things that can reach a temperature very quickly. And as you see here, we've got something different in this scenario than what was when this was built, when this book came out. The second thing is they have early warning to make sure that you have smoke alarms to indicate that there's something going wrong. And another personal point of view was that in my home, I've got an alarm system. It's interconnected. That's what we want to have. We really don't want to promote a single station alarm that has a battery in it that people don't monitor and ultimately goes dead, and all you have is an ornament in the ceiling. So something that has a wherewithal that if a fire starts in the basement, on the second floor the alarms are sounding so that the whole family or anyone in the building knows to get out of it. The next thing is to have an evacuation plan. If you've been alarmed, there's something wrong. It could be that you've got steam that from a shower to set it off, which happened in my case in my house. You got different things that can set off a smoke alarm. But if it's smoke, get out of the house. Make sure you have 2 ways out. And the last element of the equation was let's put fire sprinklers into a home. The residential fire sprinkler and the smoke alarm was not invented at that point in time in 1972 to do what the report required. It created the opportunity for technology to come up with those answers. Excuse me. In 1978, the residential sprinkler was invented and passed all the UL tests and all of that stuff. It's come a long way since. There are 2 states right now in the country that mandate any new house has to have fire sprinklers in it. They are California for almost a year, over a year and a half, and Maryland for the same period of time. We go to our borders to the south in Illinois, there's 82 communities down there that mandate fire sprinklers in any new home. And in fact, there's over 100 communities down there that require them in all buildings. So if you've got a 0 square foot building, that's what their ordinances are down there, is that you have to put fire sprinklers in it. And they have more fires down there. Because fire sprinklers and smoke alarms don't stop a fire from happening. It's the aftermath that does all the damage. It can destroy property, it can injure people, it can kill people. This is the America Burning Report, the first one. It was resubmitted again in 1986 when President Reagan said, we're still losing 8,000 people a year. We got to do something about this. They recommissioned it in 2000 when the U.S. Fire Administration said, we're still losing 6,000 people a year. Let's do something about it. We're now down to just under 4,000 a year with that. The fellow on the cover here is the guy that I knew in the Milwaukee Fire Department. This book went international. And that child that he's carrying out of a fire that was on 15th and Clark in Milwaukee, on February 15th of 1970, the child died. 9 years later, he got injured. And he spent a year on injury leave and a year on sick leave. When he did that, he was on retirement for 27 years and amassed about a $900,000 bill that was a direct liability to the city of Milwaukee because they didn't have a disability pension that came from tax dollars. $900,000, one person. And And when he passed away, that's when that pension went away as well. But it's unfortunate. He was a good guy, got caught in a bad situation. Had fire sprinklers been in either the building that the child was in or the building that the firefighter got injured in, neither one of them would have suffered consequences. Now, I mean, fire sprinklers in that building, that's a $900,000 benefit immediately to the city of Milwaukee. I can put this over here somewhere. Somebody just got it. Thank you. All right, now we're going to tell you why that value is there.